Welcome back, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, to the super, not funny show reviews. And today we're reviewing episode 3 of Quantum Leap. It's entitled Somebody Up There Likes Ben. And it's come to you from NBC and Peacock. So, was it good? Was it bad? Should you be watching? Oh, well, as usual on the Quantum Leap, we start off with a opening from the previous episode in which Ben is in a boxer's body and gets knocked the F out. And so we get the context of all of that in this episode. The context is it's 1977 and he's in the body of Danny Hill, who's a prize fighting, boxer who's about to get his big title shot at what appears to be someone he's got bad blood with. And his brother's apparently is in some kind of trouble, and he has to prevent his brother from committing suicide. And of course, he's got other stuff going on in the background with Ben and the team, Addison and the team back home. What's going on with Janis? She's was apparently helping Ben, and how is Addison holding up with trying to keep her Ben safe as he goes through his leaps. All of that good stuff. And in this particular episode, so what did I think about it? Well, you know what? I think this is the episode that sold me on watching the rest of this season. I know I'd said in the first episode, I kind of put it on probation to make sure it gets better. But this is the episode that the probation's off. I'm definitely watching Quantum Leap to the end. Because in this episode, the creators and the writers really demonstrated to me that they understand what makes Quantum Leap work. And it's a, not an adventure, but a story of the week sort of situation where we have some familiar characters, but they're more or less, jumping into different scenarios. And we see different takes on life, different scenarios, different problems that people are dealing with. And it's kind of up to Ben and Addison to figure out what it is that they need, and they have the help of the computer and everything like that to know what they need to do. And that's it could be very rote, but what this episode brought was that kind of emotional depth. You're really diving into characters, presenting characters very quickly in a short amount of time that you can be interested in, understand that they're struggling with something, get to know them. And by way of Ben, who was essentially the audience, especially because Ben has no real memory, so he doesn't really bring a lot of his own personal baggage into it. So he's more of a blank slate, but also underneath he's a good person. So he sort of our way into it. It's in a sense that we are this character Ben, and we're wanting to see how he can navigate these situations. In particular, he's in a rough spot, just like with the space shuttle. He doesn't know how to box. He's got a big prize fight to win, and he's got to not lose that fight. But also that there's more at stake there. His brother is quick to anger and really stressed out and everything, so much so that his wife has really been noticing. And we come to understand that by the way of someone calling him a baby killer, he kind of jumps on them, that he's a former soldier from Vietnam, and it's PTSD that's weighing heavily on him that eventually leads him to commit suicide. And this is where Addison comes in very handy to kind of clue Ben in on to this. I think I like that about this show, that his Ben being so far out of the loop as far as his memory goes means that he does rely heavily on Addison, and we start to see their relationship. I think we're seeing, in a sense, their relationship sort of growing, because even though she's in love with him, he doesn't know her. But I think that it's clear he's going to come to know and want to expand that friendship to / relationship. But in the context of the story, she's essential, because since he can't really box, the best she can do is to get him to choreograph that fight so that they can take advantage of an opening that Danny Hill originally missed. and in order to try to win the fight. But all of that's really, really cool. I mean, I really liked the whole training sequence. That was cool. But my favorite part of this whole episode was the part where Ben intentionally gets himself arrested along with his brother so that he can prevent him from, get basically having a bad time at in jail and miss the fight. And instead, he gives him a moment to really connect with Danny Hill's brother, Daryl, and more or less to put a bug in his ear that he needs real professional help, that he can't just cope and do it alone, that this isn't, he's not strong by trying to avoid being treated. And by doing so, he agrees that, that he's essentially lets him know how much Daryl knows how much he means to Danny. And that to get him to agree to go to treatment if he wins the fight, which again puts a lot of stress on him to actually win the fight, gives everything stakes and everything like that. It's all a very nice and I say emotional moment. I very very much enjoyed it. We also get to see some of Janis, Al's daughter, and what she's up to, and that, surprise she's got parental issues. But also, she probably could be a genius that's been sort of finding out that she's been held back from doing what she dreamed of, to follow in her father's footstep, by her mother's being afraid that it'll consume her like it had consumed her father. And we see she's kind of ruthless. She kind of wants what she wants. So surely, seeing more of her over the season is going to be fraught with danger, I guess we can say. And finally, Addison sort of just, doing all the heavy lifting, trying to look after Ben while he's leaping, and how it's sort of running her ragged, but also, seeing him there, but not him being the Ben she knows, really is kind of, eating at her emotionally. And it also provided a second, to me, really great part of the episode. And it was just a real quick scene in which, she had earlier said that, everything reminds her of Ben. And, Ian's like, well, even Wednesday, it's Wednesday. How can that remind you? And she's like, well, we always did watch this show on Wednesday nights and everything like that. And the fact that they listen, and then the crew, the crew came up and, brought drinks and food, and they were going to hang out with her to sort of try to fill that void, was a very good touch, because I've been really wanting to connect with the other characters besides Ben and Addison, and that was just sort of a thing that made it a lot easier, as I see the sort of people they are, that they really are a team, maybe a family or something like that. They work very closely together, and I want to get to know Jen and Ian and Herbert a lot more. And so I hope that this is the start of us really getting to see more of them as the season progresses. So overall, really did like this episode. I liked it more than I liked last episode, which I really liked. And I really hope that this is the trajectory that this show is headed on. Because I feel like this is a demonstration that they understand what works about Quantum Leap and how to translate that into this new character. So that we too can love Ben as much as we love Sam in the original show. I'm hoping, I have high hopes. I think that this has demonstrated that those hopes are well placed. So those are my thoughts on this episode. What did you guys think about episode 3 of Quantum Leap? What did you think about what I had to say? Please get down to the comment section. Let me know what you're thinking. And of course, you can always hit me up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or at supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. Please also hit that like button. It'll help with the algorithms so more people see these reviews. And always, you could become a member of the channel by hitting the subscribe button, and that notification bell lets you know when we drop more content. All right, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, thanks for joining me. Come back next week for episode 4 of Quantum Leap. Till then, I've been Molde Poupée, resident fabricant and comic extraordinaire on all things pop culture. And I'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.